Ray, first of all, this is your second time actually in the bubble. What was it like the first time round? Obviously, Tulsa was a bit different. You know, it was outside, and I know you're from the States, but for me, it was way too hot. So how's it going to feel this time round?
To be honest, it's the same way. It's the same. I think it's a little more torture though because the way my room is set up, like in my view, I can see the pool, everybody outside, and me not being able to go out there, I just feel like it's torture.
Yeah, yeah. So for a lot of, obviously, to expand even then on what Ray says, the guys are, they're in their rooms, but even after they test, just to be, as perfectly safe as possible, they're really limited to where they can go. They can go to the gym in allotted times. They can go to the food hall at allotted times. But obviously, it's not great for the fighters. But I'm sure Ray may attest to the most important thing is to just keep your growth going, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, first question from Carlos, please.
Just kind of piggybacking off a little bit about the whole grocery thing that we just mentioned, right? Obviously, between the fight that you had in Tulsa and now you got this fight coming up, how much easier it is, I guess, from a fight preparation standpoint, or just being, in that environment for fight week, how much easier it is, if it is easier, compared to when you first had to prepare for the fight in Tulsa?
I don't think it's any easier. I think it's pretty much the same. Just still sitting. I honestly, I feel like it's easy losing weight here because of like the food. It's not like a type of food that I would love to eat or anything like that. So I would eat like little bits. I wouldn't eat too much of it, and I wouldn't really put on much weight. So I feel like losing weight is easy, but as far as anything else, it's not. It's the same.
Thanks, Raymond, and best of luck in your next fight.
Thank you. I appreciate
it. Reggie next, please.
Hey, what's good, Raymond?
Hey, I'm good. How you?
Hey, you fought a tough kid down there in Tulsa and Manriquez. What'd you think of your performance and how you came out of that situation?
I mean, my performance, I give myself like a B-, but it was easy. I just felt like I was fighting smart. He was trying to do a lot of countering. He wasn't trying to engage in anything. So I seen him trying to counter and load up on his right hand. So I just kind of basically took that away from him. And a lot of people, they look at it like it was a boring fight, but my style is not like an aggressive style. Like I'm a smart fighter. I'm a thinker first. So if somebody in there try to counter me, I'm going to do as much as I can, but I'm not going to run into dumb shots. I'm going to just play it smart and box safe.
With that statement of you being a smart fighter, any thoughts on, we just saw Otha Jones. You guys are kind of on the same path or stage of development. He had the draw down there a couple of weeks ago in Mexico. Any thoughts on that result for him?
I mean, Otha Jones, he a good fighter. I want to say he fought a tough guy, but I think he should try to like work on defense a little bit more, because even though the dude that he fought, I feel like he still wasn't on his level. He could have made that fight a lot much easier than what it was. The same way how me and him fought, we fought the same dude my last fight, Manriquez or whatever his name is. I felt like he made that fight when he fought him hard too. So I think he should just work on defense more and just outclassing these guys instead of making it tougher than what it have to be. He's a good fighter though.
That was kind of my same thoughts on it. Just last question. Is this cat in trouble? Significant role in Teofimo Lopez's preparation for the Lomachenko fight. You think that gives you a significant advantage going into this?
I don't look at that like it's an advantage. I've been sparring world champions and guys at that top level, so it's not like really nothing new to me. I don't feel no different. Like I'm still gonna be myself. I'm still me. Teofimo can't go in there and fight for me, so whatever happens in this fight is going to happen regardless. It's not because of who I went and go sparred or any of that. It's just me doing me. So.
All right. Best of luck to you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ames here for Boxing News TV. Pleasure to meet you, Raymond. Raymond, a couple of questions here for you. What are the plans that Eddie has in line for you after this fight? What are the conversations have you had with him?
I haven't really been talking to Eddie. I'm not sure what he has, what plans he had for me, but hopefully I get a couple good fights that I want to fight. Sean Garcia or just somebody undefeated, so I could put them on my resume. Somebody good. Mm-hmm. Even though this dude right here is a good fighter too, I feel like he got experience. Just a step up for me, but I think I'm gonna just do whatever I want to him too. So hopefully I'll get somebody who wants to really test me.
Yeah, I mean, what do you know about Rafael Reyes?
I know that he a pressure fighter or try to be a pressure fighter, and that's basically it. He can't take body shots. I see that, and he's tough. He's a tough fighter as long as you allow him to be tough. But as soon as you touch him, he gonna fold up.
And yeah, like fighters coming up, normally the younger fighters tend to have eyes on someone particular at the top, maybe. Do you have your eye on anyone particular that you'd love to face down the line?
All the top guys at 126, all the world champions, Neverette, Josh Warrington, Can You, Gary Russell, whoever at the top and got the belts.
Who do you rate as the best?
I rate Gary Russell as the best, but when I get there, when I get to that top level, I don't think he's going to be a world champion at 126 because he be talking about moving up and stuff. But I got my eyes on like the guys like Josh Warrington and Neverette and all them other guys. Can You?
Yeah, obviously we know Josh Warrington very well over here on these shores. What do you think of Josh in particular?
I think Josh is a good fighter. He got to be a good fighter to become a world champion. So you can't say he's not a good fighter. But I would love to fight him because he got a good fan base, and I know that the fans over there in the UK, they support him. And I think he would be a good fight for me.
There seems to be a little bit of hesitancy for some fighters to come over to fight Josh in Leeds. Would you, down the line, if it came to it, would you come over to fight Josh?
Most definitely. That would be better for me, I feel like. It was more publicity. My name would be out there more over there, especially because I'm going to beat him over there, and my name is going to get a lot bigger. So I would love to go over there and dethrone him.
Final question for you, and I wish you the best of luck in your next fight. I just want to get your thoughts on that knockout, Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. When you saw it, give me your reaction, what it was.
I wasn't shocked. I did an interview on that fight before it happened. Everything that happened in that fight, I said it. I said he was going to end up stopping him in the middle late rounds, and that's what happened. He was going what's his name? Leo Santa Cruz, he got too careless, and he did the same thing 3 times, and of course that was going to happen. Tank is a heavy hitter, so that was meant to happen.
All the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jim Conlon next, please.
Yeah, Ray, just a quick question for me. You mentioned Shakur Stevenson as one of the best guys you've ever went up against sparring. How were those sort of memories in terms of sparring with Shakur, and why did you think he was up there as one of the best guys you've ever got into the ring with?
Because Shakur is basically like me. We're basically the same kind of fighters. He's real smart, just like me. Got great defense, so it's kind of like a chess match in there. We both have to think in there. Nobody's giving nobody a free shot. You got to work for everything while you're in there. So Shakur is definitely like one of the guys who make me think the most in there. And I have to be on my A game with him.